Welcome back. Today, we're going way back to explore the legendary U.S. $1 coins from the 1800s and beyond. From the majestic flowing hair and Morgan dollars to the Peace and Eisenhower series, these coins carry the weight of American history, and some are worth a small fortune. Let's dig into the designs, key dates, and rare finds that make the U.S. dollar coin a true collector's dream. 1861, 1865, Abraham Lincoln, $1 coin. Get ready, because this one hits deep, right at the heart of American history. We're not just talking about a coin, we're talking about a symbol, a tribute to one of the most legendary figures to ever walk the halls of the White House. A man who held the country together through its most painful, divided era. And now, his legacy is struck in golden metal. The Abraham Lincoln Presidential $1 coin. At first glance, it might seem like another modern presidential dollar. But this coin? It carries the weight of a nation's story. Abraham Lincoln served as the 16th President of the United States from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. His face is familiar, etched into Mount Rushmore, the penny, and the $5 bill. But this version is different. This is Lincoln, cast in golden proof. And depending on the condition and variety, this coin might be worth far more than you'd imagine. Now, let's look closely. The obverse shows a bold, dignified portrait of Lincoln. You can almost feel the weight of his thoughts, the sorrow in his eyes, the determination in his brow. Abraham Lincoln is etched along the rim, with the years of his presidency, 1861 to 1865, prominently displayed. The reverse features the Statue of Liberty with rays radiating outward like sunlight, a design used across the presidential dollar series. But here's where the excitement begins. If you're holding this coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially a proof or specimen minted in San Francisco with an S mint mark, values can start around $10 to $30. But let's turn up the heat. Coins graded MS 67 or higher, with flawless luster and untouched detail, can climb in value, reaching $100, $150, or more in collector circles. Still sounds modest. Hold on, because here's where it gets wild. Some of these Lincoln dollars came out with jaw-dropping mint errors. Imagine a double die obverse, where Lincoln's portrait is ghosted with a second outline, or a coin with missing edge lettering, a critical feature in the presidential dollar series that includes E pluribus unum, the year of minting, and the mint mark. These missing edge lettering varieties are rare, and collectors go absolutely wild for them. Some of these error coins have sold for $300 to $800, depending on how sharp and distinct the flaw is. Now imagine this: a Lincoln dollar struck on the wrong planche, say a sacagawea, or even a nickel planche. These misstrikes are almost like lightning in a bottle, extremely scarce. When they do pop up, they can skyrocket in value, some fetching over $2,000 at auction. Still not shocked? Some error versions with multiple edge lettering, edge upside-down strikes, or die cap errors have stunned collectors and brought in over $3,000. Imagine casually flipping your coin, only to realize the edge text is repeated, reversed, or completely missing. That's not a flaw, it's a fortune in your palm. But let's not forget the emotional weight. This is Lincoln, the great emancipator, the man who led a fractured nation through civil war, who abolished slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation, who delivered the Gettysburg Address and reminded us all that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. This coin doesn't just carry monetary value. It carries the heart of a legacy. You're not just holding a dollar. You're holding a tribute to courage, leadership, and sacrifice. And that's something no price tag can measure. So the next time someone sees your Lincoln dollar and shrugs, thinking it's just another modern coin, ask them this. What if that tiny golden disc was hiding a mint error worth thousands? What if your everyday dollar is actually an undiscovered gem? Because history doesn't just live in books or museums. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket, just waiting to be found. And what's coming next might just take that shock factor to the next level. Stay tuned, because the next coin could be even more rare, more valuable, and more unforgettable. 1921-1923 Warren G. Harding, $1 coin. Now here's a coin that comes with more than just a presidential legacy. It carries mystery, controversy, and a hint of scandal. The Warren Harding dollar might look like any other from the presidential $1 series, but the story behind the man and the coin adds layers that collectors can't ignore. And when it comes to rare varieties or error strikes, that's when the value doesn't just go up, it explodes. Let's begin with the basics. Warren G. Harding was the 29th President of the United States. He served from 1921 until his sudden death in 1923. His time in office was marked by major political appointments and a bold promise to return the nation to normalcy after World War I. But Harding's administration was also riddled with scandal, most famously the Teapot Dome affair. This complicated legacy is exactly why the Harding coin stirs such interest. It's not just a coin, it's a conversation piece. The obverse features Harding's strong, almost stoic profile, his gaze fixed forward as if peering into a future he would not live to see. His name curves around the top edge, with the years of his presidency, 1921 to 1923, engraved beneath his bust. The reverse, Lady Liberty holding the torch high, with the inscriptions that unite all presidential $1 coins, United States of America, and $1. Elegant, golden-colored, and unassuming, until you know what to look for. Most Warren Harding dollar coins are worth about face value. $1, especially if they've seen circulation. That's the expected price tag. But don't let that fool you. The real excitement comes when you find a coin in pristine mint state, or, get ready, a rare error variant. In uncirculated condition, these coins usually range from $3 to $7. But here's where things get exciting. If you come across one graded MS-66 or MS-67, now you're talking $50 to $150. And if it's a proof-like specimen or specially struck satin finish, the value could push well beyond $200. But we're not just here for clean coins. We're here for those shocking surprises. And Harding's coin has delivered some head-turners. One of the most sought-after is the missing edge lettering error. That means the typical inscriptions, a pluribus unum, the date, and the mint mark, are completely missing. It was an error that occurred early in the series and is highly collectible. These missing lettering Harding coins have sold for $300 to $800, depending on condition and certification. Then there are die errors, off-center strikes, weak planchets, double strikes. Coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a Harding dollar struck on a nickel-sized blank. That's no longer a curiosity. That's an investment. These can sell for $2,000 to $5,000 or more, especially when certified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. And in a handful of known cases, there are edge lettering inverted errors, where the text is flipped upside down relative to the portrait. Rare? Extremely? Desired? Absolutely. When one of these coins hit the market with a high mint state grade, The bidding didn't stop until it crossed $2,500, and just imagine, millions of people could be holding one right now and not even realize what they've got. It's those kinds of discoveries, those numismatic lightning strikes, that keep collectors up at night checking their coins. It's the thrill of finding treasure in the everyday. The Warren Harding dollar, while part of a modern series, is still shrouded in enough intrigue that it catches the attention of both history lovers and error hunters alike. So, if you've got a Harding coin, look closely. Does the edge lettering look normal? Does the coin weigh exactly what it should? Is the strike off-center? Or is the detail unusually sharp or unusually dull? These tiny details can mean the difference between a pocket piece and a small fortune. And the truth is, these coins aren't getting any easier to find in high grades. Many were tossed in jars, spent without thought, or scratched in circulation. Pristine ones? They're quietly vanishing into collections and vaults. And rare errors? Some may never be found, or they're sitting unnoticed in a drawer, just waiting to be discovered. So take a second look at your Harding dollar. That simple, golden coin might just hold a six-figure secret. Because when rarity, history, and a twist of error collide, value skyrockets. And just when you think you've seen the most valuable coin in the bunch, the next one is about to prove you wrong. Let's keep going. 1841, William Henry Harrison Presidential $1 coin. Hold on tight. Because this unassuming golden dollar isn't just metal. It's a time capsule wrapped in one of the most shocking presidential stories in American history. Nearly forgotten, Harrison's presidency lasted just 1 month before his untimely death. But this coin immortalizes his brief but powerful legacy. And in some cases, it turns humble pocket change into serious collector treasure. Minted in 2008. As part of the U.S. Mint's presidential dollar program, this coin isn't an old-time currency from the 1840s. It's a modern tribute cast in golden manganese brass alloy. On the obverse, you'll find Harrison's portrait facing forward, resolute yet reflective. Around the edge, William Henry Harrison arches above, with 9th President and the years 1841 beneath, a presidency so short it became legendary. Flip it over, and you see the classic torch-bearing Statue of Liberty design, common to the series, with United States of America and one encircling her. But the real story is concealed on the edge. That's where you'll find the mint date, mint mark, and the mottos E pluribus unum and In God We Trust stamped into the rim. And that edge is where the magic and the money often hides. Yes, the coin you're holding might look like a normal dollar. But collectors know that it only takes one surprising mint slip to turn an ordinary coin into a sudden windfall. Missing edge lettering. Godless dollar. Versions of this coin have sold for $500 to $2,200, even in circulated condition. No year, no motto, no mint mark, just pure, smooth rim. Double-edged lettering or upside-down, misaligned edge text can fetch $300 to $800, depending on how strange and how well preserved the coin is. Off-center strikes, die caps, or planche defects, where the coin was struck on a miscut blank, or partially struck, can break into the $1,000 to $3,000 range when certified by grading services. Even subtle anomalies drive serious collector bidding. A Harrison dollar from a special mint set, or a high-grade specimen, MS67+, with deep luster, can fetch $15 to $40, and immaculate examples graded MS68 or proof-like cross 50+ easily. Even if it's gently circulated, this coin carries weight, both historically and monetarily. Harrison was a Whig candidate who delivered America's longest inaugural address, caught pneumonia, and tragically passed away after just 31 days in office. His tenure was one of the shortest ever, making this coin a tangible link to that fleeting moment in 1841. For collectors completing the presidential dollar set, every rare variant matters. Special editions with missing or misaligned edge lettering are the holy grail. And Harrison, being earlier in the series, often had stricter oversight. That means rare errors can fetch high demand and high prices. So, inspect your coin carefully. Hold it by the edge. Run your fingertip over the lettering. Feel for any odd gaps, overlapping letters, or off-center impressions. That coin may look like $1, but if there's a minting quirk, it's potentially worth hundreds or even thousands. And once you think you've seen the biggest surprise in modern coin collecting, wait until the next coin in our lineup. Because after Harrison's sudden sprint into history, this next one slows everything down and flips the value scale entirely. Stay with us. You won't want to miss what's headed next. 1857, 1861, James Buchanan. $1 coin, in circulated condition with noticeable scratches. This coin might look rough. Worn surfaces, scratches here and there, luster long gone. But don't let that fool you. Inside that battered finish could be a treasure. That's the magic of presidential dollars. Even bad ones can hold surprises worth eye-popping money. First, know your coin. Minted in 2010 as part of the presidential $1 coin program, this coin celebrates James Buchanan, America's 15th president, with his term years 1857, 1861 boldly inscribed under his portrait. On the front, you see Buchanan's determined face, and on the back, the Statue of Liberty stands tall in a familiar design shared across the series. It looks like other presidential dollars, but if there was a minting error during production, a scratched coin like yours could be hiding something extraordinary. The real story unfolds on the edge. These golden presidential dollars carry edge lettering, not face text, featuring the year, mint mark, E pluribus unum, and In God We Trust. But the U.S. Mint did produce some with missing edge lettering, blemished inscriptions, upside-down letters, or even double-stamped edges. Those mistakes turned ordinary coins into must-have rarities, and even scratched ones can be worth a fortune. If your coin has no edge lettering, you could be holding a godless dollar. Even in rough shape, these have sold in the $300, $600 range. If the lettering is double-stamped or off-center, values climb higher, especially if collectors certify the error, sometimes $500 to $1,000 plus, even for imperfect coins. What about misaligned or upside-down edge inscriptions? That alone might bring another $200, $500, depending on clarity and condition. Combine that with the fact many coins from this period are overlooked, and you've got scarcity in your pocket. Other valuable errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on a defective planchet. Some of these have sold for well over $1,000, even when heavily worn. A scratched coin might seem worthless, but even damage can mask a valuable variety. A professional grading service can help uncover edge lettering abnormalities or struck through gouges that may indicate errors. Beyond value, this coin carries emotional resonance. Buchanan was president on the eve of the Civil War. His decisions helped shape that tumultuous era. His presidency may not be as celebrated, but coins bearing his image remind us of how fragile and how powerful our history can be. So don't toss this one. Take a close look at the edge. Rub your finger around the rim. Feel for texture differences or unexpected smooth patches. If the lettering seems off, or if part of it never appeared in the first place, you might be staring at hundreds of dollars. Coin hiding in plain sight. And just when you thought these coins couldn't get more surprising, wait until you see what comes next. Another coin from the presidential series is up, one that could completely rewrite what you think is possible. In casual pocket change,